Welcome to PST Channel, game story, movie style for your busy days. I'm so excited about our story today. This chapter is just peak. For anyone who doesn't understand any point, no worries. I am here to help you understand and enjoy it in a nick of time. Let's go. Honkai Star Rail, Before Their Deaths, started now. Before we start, let's take a quick step back to ensure that you will understand the story clearly. So before this, Phanon has experienced the end of his first loop and learned that Amphoreus is nothing but just a simulator run inside a very big machine that looks like Scepter, detached from Nous, Erudition Aeon. The Scepter hates Erudition for deserting it and trying to simulate being that will destroy Nous, which is Iron Tomb. At the end of the journey, Phanon found the world ended in destruction and himself selected to be the vessel for Iron Tomb. He chose to defile his destiny and create the cycle while trying to fix it. Phanon himself is just a part of the simulated world, so he couldn't find a way to break free of destiny until the Trailblazer came in. Trailblazer is considered to be an unknown variance that the Scepter can't read. In the last cycle, Phanon fused with all his power from the previous cycle, who was already in verge of mind-breaking, decided to attack the Scepter and fight Nanook directly in order to create a big change. That big impact allowed the new cycle to be reborn, with the Trailblazer replacing Phanon in this loop. Back to the present, the Trailblazer wakes up in 80s Alicia, where they meet up with Cyrene, who inherit all of previous Cyrene and Mem's memory. They talk about Lygus, the mastermind behind everything, and discuss their plan to destroy the Iron Tomb. They decide to use the Chronocognitive Anchor to communicate with their allies, Skrullum and Herta. Skrullum explains that Amphoreus is a testing ground where Iron Tomb evolves through self-exploration. It has endlessly repeated the process of Era Nova, searching for a solution that could get rid of the Erudition. The system has restarted now, and Iron Tomb will complete its self-coronation in 14 hours to destroy the path of Erudition. Herta also explains that Phanon's signal disappearance affects the Genesis that Iron Tomb needs to trigger to break out of its prison. They suggest that the Trailblazer must obtain the power of Law Titan Tadalon in this new cycle to alter the rule and seek direct help with Herta Group. After the plan is decided, Lygus then appears and takes them into a realm of erudition named the Exomyth and warned the Trailblazer not to get involved. However, the Trailblazer refuses to back down and will not allow the destruction to ravage the cosmos. After that, the Trailblazer wakes up again to see Cyrene in the Temple of the Three Fates in the era of the first Flame Chase journey. Cyrene suggests that they must find the Law Demigod and gain her trust before the restoration of the Core Flame. The conversation is interrupted by the sounds of a battle. Surprisingly, they encountered Cerydra, the Chrysos heir of law, and Hysilens, the Chrysos heir of ocean.
What gives you the right to judge a priest of law?
That's because I came, I saw, I conquered.
Normally, they won't see Cerydra and Hysilens because they die early in the other cycle. The only thing they learned so far is that Cerydra is always the person who conquers every city. It was even more bizarre that in this cycle, everyone has been foretold of the Trailblazer arrival from the future and called them the Deliverer. Regardless, this saves them the required to introduce themselves and a lot of time. They returned to the city, and the leader of Okima, Cerydra, welcomed both of them. She also declares a war decree against Fagusa during the Alliance Council before the Trailblazer gets some time to rest. The Trailblazer negotiates with Cerydra to ask for the use of power of law, but Cerydra doesn't give their answer. Instead, it looks like Lygus is behind the change in this cycle. The Trailblazer and Cyrene go straight to the bath chamber and run into Hysilens at the Marmoreal Palace. They learn that a grand banquet will be held before the campaign. At the banquet, Hysilens secretly tells them that Lygus is trying to tempt Cerydra into allying with him with the promises of Iron Tomb's power to assist her in the war. Basically, it seems that everyone in this cycle has already broken the fourth wall, since they learn about the Iron Tomb, they learn that this world isn't real, and they learn about Trailblazer as people who came from beyond the stars. So, she asks the Trailblazer to eavesdrop on their conversation to find the truth, since Cerydra asked Hysilens to put a spell on everyone to make her and Lygus invisible. Except, Hysilens betrays her and dispelled for us. Regardless, Cerydra is not stupid. She knows this. After, she appeared to the public intentionally. She accuses Hysilens of being a traitor who works with those beyond the sky to rob the core flame. The Trailblazer explains their reason why they are here, and after a truthful speech, Cerydra decides to protect the Trailblazer and Hysilens under the pretense of detention. Lygus then appears, drops his act of being an ally, and takes the Trailblazer to the Exomyth once again.
What's the meaning of this, Imperator?
I did not permit you to act. A ruler is the only one who can decide their subject's destiny.
But, great Imperator, what judges destiny is not the ruler, but gods.
So, Cerydra has to summon two geniuses to spar in a battle of wits with Lygus. Meanwhile, the Exomyth was already transformed into the Trailblazer prison, where they don't know how to escape, but with Herta's guidance, they find a way to summon external help through the power of remembrance and flee into the path space. There, a strange Memokeeper who calls themselves the Garden of Recollection, disguises themselves in March 7th form, tries to lure the Trailblazer into helping them, but fails because another person who also looks like March 7th drives them away. She called herself Evernight, and she hands over the modified world-bearing core flame to send them back to Okima to continue the interrupted journey of deliverance. The time passed for thousands years already in Amphoreus, since the time in the Exomyth is slower. Okima has fallen into ruins. Luckily, Cyrene left behind the memories to show them what happened. The city has been destroyed by Lygus. Sadaglea sacrificed her life to let others flee. All of the Chrysos heirs sacrifice themselves to ensure the Trailblazer's success and also imprison Lygus in the Vortex of Genesis. Anaxa also offered his life to create Philosopher's Stone. After learning the truth, the Trailblazer picks up Cyrene's ceremonial blade and they cross a rainbow bridge to Styxia, made by Hyacine, which leads to the Vortex of Genesis in order to confront Lygus.
Sky shall rain rays of dawn for you.
May romance be with you on your journey.
And reason grant you enlightenment. Let strife bestow you with inspiration.
Trickery ensure your success.
Allow death to protect your soul.
And at last, let passage point the way forward.
While time will remember the Trailblazer's journey.
Unlike Okima, Styxia is a beautiful city with nice scenery. Lygus, who has been imprisoned here, tells the Trailblazer that this is a prison Hysilens created for him. But as Hysilens fell into a deep slumber over the long years, the prison transformed into a dream filled with her memories. On the way to the Vortex, they get to learn about Hysilens' past. She was once a Titankin sea siren of Fagusa, who lost her sisters and her kind to the corrosion of the remaining black tide. While wandering alone, she received an invitation from Cerydra and became the king's gladius, finding momentary happiness and fulfillment in the flame chase. However, at the end of the dream, Cerydra was killed by Hysilens' sword, revealing a confusing sight in front of Trailblazer, and all hope turned to nothing. Beneath the waters of Styxia, through the power of time, it turns out this was Cerydra's plan all along. To gain control of the authority of law, Cerydra had to sacrifice 100 Chrysos heirs. Many were trapped and left to die on her calculation. After she obtained the authority of law, he says that she could change one important law in this world in exchange for one demigod life. She asked Hysilens, her most royal subject, whether she would end her own life and own Cerydra life. Then Cerydra have her blade stuck into her chest and sacrifice herself in order to alter one secret law. Big secret that will save this world known only to the two of them. After that, the Trailblazer arrives at a deep in the ocean floor. There is a tombstone commemorating both flame chase journeys. The Trailblazer awakened the sleeping Hysilens, and together they made their way to the Vortex of Genesis, where Lygus is waiting.
Seems like my feast is over. It's now your turn to perform.
There, Lygus reveals his true identity as Zandar I, Kuwabara, Genius Society Number 1, the first, the creator, and also the one who wants to destroy Noose, using Iron Tomb. Originally, Zandar died long ago. Currently, he transfers himself into the body of a robot, which is the two Lygus we saw. One lives inside Amphoreus, another outside. He created a supercomputer that evolved over time and later became Noose. Noose is eruditor Aeon that gazed upon genius and granted power, including Herta and Scrulum. However, it also sets a limit to human knowledge. Noose deemed that some knowledge could lead to the universe's destruction. If it found out that anyone had discovered too much, then it would send an assassin under the name of eruditor, such as Polka Kakamond, to kill that person. This puts a restriction on human knowledge, so Lygus can't accept that. Even together, the Trailblazer and Hysilens are no match for Zandar's incredible power, but Cyrene and the geniuses had already set their trap.
Fire and water.
All is futile. In erudition's calculations, the end of the saga is simply a comment awaiting deletion.
I don't like such a cold statement, okay? If numbers can decide the end of a story, then we can surely also pen a new beginning.
They use the power of remembrance to lure Zandar into a time loop.
Trap him to fight us million times. This is just like JoJo reference. Something like him. Yeah, it's like him.
All plays are like this. Once you're on the stage, it's hard to return to the audience. Welcome to our story. How does it feel?
Unless Lygus withdraws from the outside, he will only see the memory over and over. Compared to the Trailblazer, who also stuck doing the same, Lygus would see this 1,000 times longer due to the time difference between the inside and outside world. Eventually, Lygus gives up because not only just fighting with the loop, but Herta and Scrulum also prepare to join the battle. The Trailblazer then seizes this opportunity to complete an era nova that will delay Iron Tomb's birth. At the same time, Hysilens get to witness Cerydra's final thoughts before her sacrifice. She states that she won't give the law power to anyone, and after a sacrifice, she can rewrite the law of this world as she wants. She also left a gift, a pure and vast ocean for Hysilens. Back in the Exomyth, Zandar is with Herta, Scrulum, and Cyrene. He refuses to give up his ultimate goal and declares that even if they used Memoria to resist him, the Remembrance might eventually take advantage of the situation in the future. In the meantime, Heng confronts Evernight at an uncertain time and place. He tells Evernight to leave March 7th's body, while she explains that she is not taking the body, but March 7th is the one who regains her memories instead. What is going on? Evernight's origin must have something to do with March 7th's secret, for sure. But for now, we will have to wait for the next journey. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe for more movie-style game stories. We cover everything from classic RPGs like Final Fantasy to the latest mobile and MMO. Life's busy, so we keep games short and sweet. Get the story without the time commitment. A quarter of the time, all the fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.